Salam alaikum, which may be an ironic thing to say because we are going to war. But anyway, welcome back to the Ottoman campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Yeah, war with Italy, which also means war with its ally Japan. That's fine, I expected that. I was hoping the United States would stay out though, but it looks like we are at war with them too. At least they actually have a decent sized navy, unlike Italy and Japan. So, let's see here. I want to invade Italy, of course. That's the main objective here. Um, what else is happening politically? We're pretty much fine. I just want to have the Chinese stay out of this. Got a couple light cruisers here. And Japan, as I said, don't have a navy. So let's see if they, this time, will actually start doing, like, port strikes. Now, I can probably bump this up again. I am building some ships. As you can see, light cruisers, destroyers, 2 battlecruisers. Don't quite have enough port capacity to build the 2 Messedia class battleships that I wanted to build. But at least I've got 4 of the Isa Salebi class battleships ready. And here's Italy with a 20,000 ton battleship. That's probably a Dreadnought. I'm guessing it is. Okay, I need to activate some ships. Will these remain mothballed? I'm not sure. Okay, that's very expensive, activating all those ships. Let's move these over here. Do I really need all of these torpedo boats? I probably do not. I can leave these 4 here in Constantinople. Send them out to... That's a pre-Dreadnought battleship you've got there, America. Send them out to attack this Italian battlecruiser. May or may not work out. Minus 94 million. Yeah, we're gonna drop down the tech budget again. Just because it takes up so much of the naval budget. And the thing is, when you're at war, your naval budget goes up by a lot, from 4% to 6.6%, roughly, depending on the choices you made in of your GDP. And the thing is, the tech budget, if you've ever looked into the save file, if you got it set to 100%, it actually says 50 in the save file, and that is because you are then spending 50% of your naval budget on technology. So my naval budget is in total like 320 million, and 162 is being spent on technology. Let's see, I can take like a couple million hit. Also spending 53 million on expanding the shipyard. But there we go. Sending ships out to sea is very expensive. I also have some ships here. that are ready to go. But I think this will have to do for now, this huge task force. 181,000 tons. Is that going to be enough for northern Italy? We'll see. Alliance with Scandinavia. No, thank you. I'm blockading Italy now. Britain. No, I'm not going to pay you 317 million to be my ally. I am striking Japan, though. And Italy, which is good. Let's see, invading Italy. Naval invasion. Northeast Italy. 30,000 tons. Really? Because Ancona is the only port here. Kind of like that. Alright, where's the, poor Japan? Minus 27 million. And now the transport capacity is starting to suffer as well, of course. So that will have to be spent money on. Then out some torpedo boats. I got more somewhere, don't I? That Italian battleship is going up here, because they've been trying for a while now to invade eastern Denmark. I ambush that Italian battleship. That would be fun. If they can, like, make it there at the same time. It'd also be nice if I could fight, like a proper American, task force somewhere. That's a huge task force. But it's only 221,000 tons with that many ships. Makes me wonder if they're maybe not the most modern ships around. Okay, I've got 2 torpedo boats here on low crew. La Coronia. See if I can find them. No, Bilbao, I mean. They can block off Gibraltar. Like here. Right? Yeah. So somewhere along the way, we're gonna hopefully get this American pre-Dreadnought battleship, which is very tiny. And again, with the alliances, I'm blockading Japan with my 2 cruisers. Not gonna pay that, France. %100% chance. I also have... This task force shouldn't cost me that much to reactivate. I'm just gonna go do that now. Oh, Italy made it back through. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that now. Have them take the invasion of northeast Italy, while this big task force can take southern Italy. I think that's a better plan. Of course, since they were actually mothballed, not just on low crew, they're gonna have to be commissioned, which is gonna take a while. Anyway, we might get some battles then, in the meantime. And this is costing me a lot of money, which of course means that poor tech budget will have to be further reduced while the war is going on. They're heading to port in Bari, it seems. Okay, that battleship is just sitting here now. That should be possible to get a battle now. Not sure where or if we're gonna encounter this battleship though. Alright. Onwards. We got 2 meetings. First, the strikes. Here we go. Brand new Dreadnoughts are gonna be fighting the Italian Navy. Excellent. Let's pull a save here first. Give over that one. Nice. None of these are that expensive. 30 million light cruisers. Kind of pricey. Although, come to think of it, I don't think victory points versus Italy is that important. Because I think they only have those 3 provinces. Let's see. Yeah, that Super Pre-Dreadnought has been refit to 21 knots, so it can keep pace with the Dreadnoughts. Torpedo boats have been refit. 5-kilometer torpedoes. And the armored cruisers are all mixed classes. So you can follow the battleships. Oh. Messed it up. Back together again. These ones. Yes. You can follow the battleships, and the slower armored cruisers can follow you. Right. I'm being spotted first, which is not a big surprise. Given that my ships are very, very big. .4 kilometer range on the big 17-inch guns. 14.8 on the 13s. And cruisers are forming up, but I think this will mostly be down to the battleships. There you go. The Italian flagship. An armored cruiser. Their battleship is sitting all alone outside of Denmark. And it will get ambushed by my torpedo boats in a separate battle. I'll like keep my torpedo boats around. We are firing. I'll drop down to cruising speed. Let's see. Big 17-inch gun, so you can target that one. All secondary guns can target the destroyers. Kind of torpedo range. You have Italy 3.5. And how many torpedoes do you have? A lot. 8 18-inch torpedoes each. You've been in combat though. Some of your ships are slightly damaged. There we go, one torpedo boat has one destroyer. Taking a pretty big hit. There we go. Flooding. And was that a 17-inch hit on Veloci? It was. 4-belt pen. For almost 6,000 damage. So the big guns did hit. Causing some flooding, slowing them down. Confianza is pretty much dead. Francesco Stocco is worryingly intact. That's 2 down already. Yes, flood more. I want it sunk before it launches torpedoes. There we go. Alright. You guys can now slow down. You can also slow down again. Like so. Here comes the older ships. Gotta put the Dreadnoughts on the thumbnail, I think. Although it's tempting to have the big weird pre-Dreadnought on the thumbnail as well. Let's see, you are not too impressed. Very good torpedoes though on these light cruisers. 5.3 kilometer range. You're just kind of slow and unarmored. There you go, scoring lots of hits. I've not taken any damage. Just want to point that out. Pisano and Tripoli kind of suffering. Tripoli goes down. think Veloci just took some 17-inch hits, but the 13.5s of the Dreadnoughts are doing a lot of the work here. Not too surprising. Ahmed Celebi. I switched to Veloci. Okay, now we just have the light cruiser left. And we've taken damage. One of the older armored cruisers taking 41 damage. The main belt partial pen. Eugene of Savoy took a big main belt pen from a Dreadnought. 10k damage. That's pretty substantial. Let's save on the main gun ammo here for the battleships. Because I don't know if the Americans will be arriving with like an actual navy to fight. Stay out of torpedo range. It'd suck to eat a face full of torpedoes now and lose a cruiser. Yeah, you guns can cease fire too. Don't need 11-inch guns to deal with 4.5 inches of armor. There we go. And that was once again the Italian Navy. Well, most of it. Because they do have a battleship. We're just gonna fight to the end, Italy. And here is their battleship. Re d'Italia. Once again, saving just in case the game decides to freeze. That is indeed a Dreadnought, it looks like. 21.5 knots, so it's not slow. 140 million. That's quite a bit cheaper than mine. Only 11-inch guns though. So I think mine could take it on in a fight. But hopefully we'll never know. Because hopefully my torpedo boats will take care of this. Let's get closer. Take a look at it first. That's a lot of side turrets. 11-inch main belt. I mean, that's pretty decent. Just the guns are kind of small for a battleship. I don't think they've spotted me yet. Torpedo boats can be hard to spot. I don't think their tower is very good. There we are. Now it's seeing me through the smoke. And I think we're gonna get some torpedo heads. They're gonna come in from the other side. Yeah, we're getting some torpedo heads here. -7 has taken some hits. -5 is coming from the other side. And the enemy Dreadnought is in a turn. We might lose -7. No, I think -7 will be alright. I don't think the Italian Dreadnought will be alright. That was all 12 torpedoes. Nice. Yeah, we're definitely at a stage of the game where torpedo boats are just super deadly. Because you don't have the accuracy or accuracy to hit them, or spotting range to see them until it's too late. Let's send over these first. Not that many, but it'll do. It would be nice if we could ambush that battlecruiser as well. And these over here, and I want to start an invasion of southern Italy. Which means I want to send over my battleships. Well, most of them. And the torpedo boats. I mean, that should be enough for both, I think. Hopefully. Yeah. Alright, yeah, research is not going anywhere right now, but hopefully in peacetime things will look brighter. I can put the ships in port and have them unlimited. A bunch of destroyers will be done next month. That will help. Alright. Just waiting for Japan to surrender. They're not building any ships, are they? No, they're not. So my 2 light cruisers can just keep this up. And they're gonna have company soon, too, because I'm building one of the new light cruisers here in Naval. So it can join them. Right, send 3 torpedo boats. I'll keep 1 there, just to block it off. There, some pre-dreadnought tonnage, just to add to the invasion. That should give me northeast Italy. And I'll bump that up. Destroyers being commissioned. Excellent. No US Navy task forces on the way just yet. They do have dreadnoughts. This is one, 25,000 tons. It's just this old one here that I'm hunting that's probably a ship they're gonna scrap as soon as it reaches port. See, what's my relation with other nations? Italy. I mean China. China. Let's not start anything. Although I do see you're being friendly with my enemies. Germany has found oil. Ooh. Capri-class battlecruiser, you went straight for the old ones, didn't you? Completely ignoring my torpedo boats that I thought were blocking you in. Well. I got some light cruisers that might be useful here. And also the Bayezid the First. And a bunch of pre-dreadnought battleships that will probably be quite useless, but it looks like a fun fight anyway. So, let's go. Let's see what the big 17-inch guns can do. Let's just have you all in one big formation. The battleships, that is. How about the armored cruisers? Most of you can probably just leave. These ones with the 10-inch guns, the Mark II 10-inch guns. You can follow the battleships. And in lieu of torpedo boats, I might have to rely on my light cruisers. 1.7, 1.7, 1.7, 1.7. Yeah, Bayezid the First, kind of relying on you here. Also, curious to see what kind of armor that enemy battlecruiser has. If it's like very light armor, my pre-dreadnoughts might be useful. There it is. It's very fast though. 8.3 inches of armor. Minus 15 draft. Mark II 12-inch guns. My 17s have started firing. With decent accuracy, 14%. Eight inches. Yeah, we can. Maybe not these. Barely. Even if I had torpedo boats here, they'd have a hard time catching up. There we go. Scoring a floating hit from the old German pre-dreadnought. You got ballastite and picric acid. That is very explosive. We could see some flash fires here. Destroyed main gun. It didn't blow up though. That was a 17-inch hit. %72% chance to hit. That is wild. Yeah, we're getting a plus 74 for ship size. Up until now, most of the ships we've been fighting have been so small that we've been getting like minus 80% for target ship size. There we go. That was a huge hit. Big 17-inch shell. Main belt pen. Old, but not outdated. Definitely still useful. %91% chance to hit. Only the A turret is firing. We don't quite have the angle or anything else. Suicidal torpedo runs with the light cruisers have not been necessary. But I just have you go independent. There we go. That's a flash fire. Do we want to have this one? Or I know I said I wanted to have the new Dreadnoughts on the thumbnail, but I don't know who scored that flash fire, but Bayezid with that main belt pen. Definitely did a lot of work here. It was actually one of the 12-inch guns from the old yeah, that was probably Turgid Race scoring those last hits. Yeah, ammo detonations. Good job. Not a single crew loss. This could have gone so much worse. But that's not the only capital ship we're gonna fight. There's another battleship, an American one. Pre-Dreadnought Vermont-class battleship. 15.4 knots. Oh yeah, you're a sitting duck. Let's see. Ooh, and it's a night fight. Oh, it's not a night fight, but it's a cloudy weather fight. That is to my advantage. Wait, plus 25% accuracy? We're sure about that. Maybe it's not my advantage. Smooth waves. They are to the north. Supposedly. There they are. Have to be very close. Alright. 98-3. Not the best angle, but it'll have to do. Yeah, we still score 5 torpedo hits though, and that's a dead battleship. Nice. Alright. That was the American battleship taken care of. And Northeast Italy is mine. Northwest Italy. 195,000 tons. We can move you here. Should still be in the circle. $113,000. I might have to bring in some ships from somewhere. You know, bump that up again. Destroyers are done. I might have to send these guys also over to Northwest Italy. Just to take it. How about Japan? What's happening here? Still not enough victory points to get a peace treaty. Because I just want them out of the war. Anyway, onwards. And oil has been found in Iraq. Keep striking. Nice. Still 100% there. how much can I take away from there to make that work? I'm not sure if I want to. Let's see, we got 116,000. And we needed 142,000. Right. That means like 30,000. We can do that. Alright, like so. That means, of course, sorry, tech budget. This should be back up to 100% next turn because there's no enemy ships left in the Mediterranean sinking my transports. So I can bump that down. Interesting. Interesting. Agree. Let's make sure China stays out of this. I don't think Japan has a lot of money to give me in war operations. They got some money. This is going well. This is going well. Now we can turn that down, as I said. And start turning this up again. Of course, once I can send these back to Constantinople, or one of my new Italian ports, maybe. After this is done, that's going to save me so much money, and the tech budget can be saved. Or do I want to send them over here and fight the Americans if they don't want to come over to me? Maybe. And yeah, also taking provinces from Italy, that will increase my my GDP by quite a bit. Yeah, let's see how that goes. Peace with Japan. Yeah, some money. Didn't have anything else to give me. There we go. Yeah, China. You don't have a navy to fight. You don't have any provinces that I want to invade. So let's just not go to war. I'll send you to one of these ports, maybe. That I've got. Americans still just hanging around. Not really doing much with that huge fleet of theirs. This should be mine next month. Everyone's fighting. France is taking on China. Back to Constantinople. With you. France is gonna take Manchuria too. Wow. Let's see. If I start taking on those American ports. There we are. Striking them. Should give me victory points. To make the Americans exit the war. And Rabat was also won. There we go. Actually gonna send you here. And this one here. I have a feeling I have a lot of cruisers with this exact name. I really need to go into the ship name files and add some more names. Right. Nice. 100% there. Let's set you all to in being. Saving some money. Not a lot of money, but some. No sign of these showing up yet. I am tempted to just send these out across the Atlantic and engage this huge task force. That's a lot of destroyers, though. It could very quickly go very, very wrong. But, yeah. It is tempting. It will make for a fun battle. No alliances. Oh. Oh, yeah. My ports are finished. I can do that. That's better. And next turn, we're finishing off the Italians. Are you not positioned correctly to take on that port and strike it? There. Now let's see if we successfully dissolve the Italy. No, wait. It's still 100%. And these are sailing out. Italian Empire Revolution. The United States and Italy. And we get to fight 2 Italian destroyers. Alright. Impressive ones, too. We've taken northeast Italy, though, so they're gonna dissolve next turn. Alright, just sending 2 armored cruisers. There we are, firing. Already hitting. Let's see. Torpedo range. 5.3 kilometers. 19-inch torps. At least if they launch at that range, I should have enough time to maneuver and avoid. They've launched. Of course, I cannot see those torpedoes, so some detonate here. Breccia has also launched. There are the torpedoes. Hopefully they're not gonna continue on traveling until they hit my my main fleet. Can target 1 each, that would be an improvement. Not switch back and forth. I think the torpedoes ran out of steam. Because they will continue on past their maximum range. There we go. Big hits on Freccia. Vincenzo Giardono is almost reloaded. And is worryingly intact, but there we go. I'm wrecking my accuracy by maneuvering like this, but those torpedoes will be coming for me very soon. Unless I can sink it first. No, they're launched. Maneuver through here. That's the... No, you still have more torpedoes. You got increased torpedo loadout. Yeah. We're good. I don't think you're gonna live long enough to reload another time. There we go. Pretty decent destroyers here. 28 knot top speed. And long range torpedoes. Well, for the time being. 16 million price tag though. That is, I mean, it's still cheaper than a an armored cruiser, but it's yeah, granted, these light cruisers are pretty old, but still. There we go. That was the end of Italy. Now, these will have to go home to a port. Maybe just Livorno here. By Zid the First, you can actually go to Bilbao. Link up with these. Because you are evidently still useful. And either next time we're either fighting the Americans, or there will be a time skip until a new war. If I can just get a quick peace treaty with the U.S. after I've been striking their ports. Or maybe these are islands I want to take. Decisions. You'll find out what I go for next time. Goodbye, and take care.